we head to Vista, California to examine the art of inventing new tricks with the godfather of skateboarding.
The thing I'm most proud of in terms of what I've accomplished in skating is making a career out of it. Being able to do it into my adult life, like being able to love my work. That's living the dream. But not just living the dream, creating the dream as we went along and did this. I'm 46 years old and I still ride my skateboard for a living. That idea was unheard of 10, even 20 years ago.
Tony the Birdman Hawk is the king of the ramp. For years, he led the way with his innovation on a skateboard, constantly breaking new ground with breathtaking agility and invention. So what's the secret to becoming the most dynamic pioneer of the skateboarding world?
To come up with something new, it takes creativity, obviously. It takes perseverance. I mean, that's it. It's determination, you know. And you can see it. You can definitely see that fire in people almost immediately when they're skating. If they have what it takes to follow through with something at any cost. In terms of how to be successful at a new maneuver, it's precision, one, it's approach, it is confidence. That's probably the key factor. I have different motivations for learning new tricks. Usually it's how to combine existing tricks and make that something interesting and new and more difficult. One variation that I came up with was a caballero, which is like a full 360 ollie, but before that ollie is through, throwing it into a Smith grind. Your body has to stop spinning at some point and start grinding, and you've got to figure out how to sort of alleviate that rotation so that you can come in straight, and there's all kinds of little aspects to it that you got to figure out along the way. I've got to do a full 360 and then make sure I get my truck on the coping and my rail on the coping while just putting enough weight on my heel that it doesn't stop the board from grinding. And it's hard. There it is. When you're talking about technical skateboard tricks, you know, you have this board that's about 8 inches wide, it's 30 inches long, and your feet are on it. There's not much room for error. There's so many things that can go wrong, and sometimes it's all about just getting it that one time. I mean, really, some tricks are so technical, and some of the stuff that I've done in the past that I did it once, I got it on video, and I'm over it. Because it's just too hard to get to happen again. One trick that I've done twice is a 360 varial McTwist, which basically means that my body does a 540 rotation and my board does a 900 rotation. And I've got to figure out how to catch it somewhere behind me just by feeling, not by sight. For the ollie 540, I was joking around. You know, I just went up and sort of flung around and my board left my feet early on in the spin and people were laughing, but then I tried one with less speed just to see what would happen, and my board stuck to my feet almost to the last turn. And that was it. That's when I knew, like, oh, this might actually be possible. On a trick like that, your feet are going to move through the spin of this trick. And so if you can adjust your feet the other direction on the takeoff, then it's sort of like your feet move and they're in the right place as you land. And there's all kinds of tricks like that.
Hawk's creativity has been a driving force behind the global rise of skateboarding, spawning a new generation of professionals inspired by his relentless desire to keep pushing the boundaries and turn tricks from impossibility in the imagination into reality on the ramp.
I'm really happy for this generation of skating because there's so much opportunity. I mean, people like Tom Shar and some of the up-and-coming kids, they have these facilities and they have the support that is amazing. You know, we didn't have anything like that. We had to figure this stuff out on our own, and largely to the disapproval of our parents or our elders. And so I think it's super exciting, and I want someone else to take that lead and to figure out maybe how to better it or to do it consistently. It's not just a personal goal, it's more altruistic. Like, we want skateboarding to continue evolving. Those tricks endure. I think that's amazing.